TV. I absolutely love TV. I'm not afraid to admit it. What are some of the shows that you guys like to regularly watch? For me, I absolutely love cartoons and I love the classics. Old school SpongeBob, Courage the Cowardly Dog, Family Guy, and my absolute favorite, Bob's Burgers.
Stop that.
I don't know how many times season 5 is on repeat daily. I have to watch them all the way through because they always have a banger of a song at the end. But because I find myself watching the same thing over and over again, when I do turn on the TV and watch mainstream media shows, I find myself saying, did they run out of ideas? Because, come here, look at this. My 600-pound life turned into my 6,000-pound diaries, and now there's Dangerously Obese. I mean, how many times do we need to see a very dangerously obese fat person struggle to get out of bed and breathe?
No! Shut up, Mom! I about hit the floor and I had to hold my body weight up because he wasn't in here and just lollygagged.
Lollygag was
Dating shows. 90 Day Fiancé turned into 90 Day Fiancé the other way, which then turned into 90 Day Fiancé before the 90 days. And when all of those relationships surprisingly didn't work out, they came up with 90 Day the Single Life, when they don't even have a fiancé anymore.
You only care about yourself and your
But I guess they're looking for one now. Talent shows, The Masked Singer. You know it's pretty bad when people watch celebrities dressed as furries. But let me tell you, absolutely nothing took the cake for me until I ran into a show on HBO that was called Suddenly Amish. Suddenly Amish is pretty much a reality show where a bunch of influencers decided that they all of a sudden hate the modern world and everything about it and want to go be Amish.
Modern life is exhausting. Having a chance to live a simpler life like the Amish, hell yeah.
You know, the people who forbade mirrors in their vicinity.
Do the Amish have mirrors in their house? No, we did not have mirrors like hanging on the wall or anything like that. They don't believe in that. We had a little mirror and it had to be in a drawer.
Believe dogs howling at night is an omen of death. And what's the other thing? Hate modern technology.
In the Amish world, we abstain from electricity, we abstain from cars.
We don't wear makeup or jewelry.
We work the fields, we go to church.
And apparently the whole show is angering the Amish community. And they're saying it's disrespectful and not portraying the Amish community accurately. Two things about that. One, how the hell would the Amish people know if y'all don't have technology? And two, why would they be upset how their community is being portrayed on reality television? Is it the bowl haircut and the nipple piercing?
I actually have my nipples pierced too.
No! Or maybe it's all the cousin love.
Would you date me, James?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know? You guys are cousins. The answer shouldn't be an I don't know. It should just be the second part to that 3-word sentence you just said. You guys sit back, relax, get a snack, or maybe skip the snack and get some water because you are going to have to cleanse your palate after I break down the show, Suddenly Amish. So we start out with our first character, Bishop Vernon. He's pretty much the ruler of the whole Amish community. And he explains as to why they are letting cameras and modern technology and outsiders into their very close-knit community.
Our youth are leaving in record numbers.
So there you go. They gotta outsource. We also have Emma, our devoted younger Amish girl. She sings a lot.
Thank you for the valley I walk through today.
Also the girl with the questionable cousin relationship with James, the community center.
I keep getting into trouble. Like, I am the black sheep of the community. Oh, God, the devil is just...
So James ended up getting shunned from the community because he kept dabbling in the devil's juice and other worldly things that is not appropriate for an Amish man. You know, he was looking at a little bit more than women's ankles. He was drinking the devil's juice and tiddling with technology.
I was shunned for owning and using a cell phone. As a shunned person, you'll feel like an outcast, like an outsider. Kind of outside looking in.
Just so you know, before we get to our next character, yes, he talks with his eyes closed all the time. I don't know why. They never mention that he has eye problems. He just likes to talk with his eyes closed. Perhaps he feels so much shame, he doesn't deserve to look at this beautiful world that God gave us. So that's my theory. But James absolutely loves his community. He wants to get back into the community. He just has a really hard time, you know, with the whole dating thing. Yeah, for reasons you think.
For one, I am related to almost everybody. I go to the youth group, I look around. I'm related.
The next scene, they go right to Emma in the fields, and she is wearing that traditional Amish dress a little too tight.
Emma is a cousin to me.
Anyway, so the bishop goes into, well, having all these people related affects our children.
Not having new people in a community sadly causes infants to be born with mental and physical challenges.
Well, I have a little bit of a solution. You could maybe stop your cousins. To be fair, this is why they're letting influencers onto their Amish property, so I guess they're trying.
I will be inviting English people into our community in hopes of repopulating the church.
So since the bishop has a goal and so does James, they're kind of collaborating together, and the bishop says, hey, we'll start talking to you again if you do this thing for me and our community with these outsiders, or they call them the English people, come into our community.
The bishop approached me and asked me if I would help take care of the English that wanted to actually join the Amish, and I agreed to it.
So there you go. Old Close Eyes is the English people's sensei. So we covered almost all of the Amish characters. Before we get to the rest, let me show you the influences.
Try being an influencer for a day.
So there's Kendra from LA, and she is absolutely tired of living there.
There's literally poop everywhere.
Not only is she tired of the poop everywhere in LA, she's tired of the types of people and how they are so focused on followers and being popular. It kind of feels like high school.
I went to a party and this girl literally told me she could not be friends with me because I didn't have enough followers.
She's also sick and tired of the men objectifying her.
Guys see my Instagram and they automatically think I'm a hookup girl.
And she's got a lot of guilt because she was also an OnlyFans model.
Even though I go to church, even though I barely drink, I don't sleep with people, I live a completely different lifestyle, forgiving myself for that is the hardest thing.
So to help with that forgiveness and shame, she decided the best thing to do is to completely change her life around even more and become Amish, I guess. For really good, wholesome Amish and Jesus reasons.
I actually fell for an Amish boy in the past. Basically, my friend grew up next to an Amish community, and she was like, they're having a party, you wanna go? And I was like, with Amish? Yes.
All right, let's just get to our next character. He's black. This is Judah. He grew up on the streets of Kansas City. And we know that because they literally have him walking on the streets of Kansas City. Reality television is so typical. And they go right into the stereotypicalness of being black.
Boil water to get hot water. People die every single day. My best friend died.
So my condolences if his best friend really died. I just know how reality television is. I just feel like producers see a black guy with cornrows and he lives in Kansas City and they say, can you just pretend that someone that you knew died for the cameras? He's really not all of that exciting, except he does have a secret, which I'll tell you in a little bit. So don't click off the video. But something that I found interesting is that he didn't even know what Amish was.
I never heard of the Amish community. I didn't know what they was or who they were. And so after that, I started doing my research and looking into it. And I just felt like it was just like a moment.
Another interesting fact about Judah is that he's got a lot of phobias.
I don't like to do the farm stuff.
Aren't Amish all about the farm?
We work the fields.
Before we get to the last two influencers turned Amish brethren and sisters, they take us right back to the farm with Bishop Vernon, who says, I am really serious about making sure our community grows, be fruitful and multiply type thing. And he really wants to stop this cousin from happening. But he also doesn't really trust James. Remember Mr. Closed Eyes? So because James has fallen into temptation multiple times, and with the English coming in with temptation, he's like, I think I need someone to watch James. So he picks someone else that he trusts a lot.
I've chosen my brother Alan and his wife Sarah. They have adopted children from the English world, and they have learned not to fall prey to temptation.
And before we move on, I need you guys to understand my undenying love for Alan. I'm sorry, Brother Alan. I'm not too sure of the lingo. I'm gonna call him Brother Alan. I love him and his wife. They adopted 4 children. They absolutely love them. They could never have kids because they had fertility issues. But even though I'm not religious, I always love the people who are super religious, but also very respectful to other people and their beliefs. And he's, throughout the whole season, at least from what I've seen so far, is that he's pretty understanding. He tries to be open-minded. He's all about communication, at least as much as an Amish man can communicate, because that's not my level of communication, but he just seems a little different than old close eyes James through the season. Very empathetic.
And så det lever feeling över på andra det.
Oh yeah, they have their own language, but if you see on the screen, it says, gave us deep empathy for other people. And he really does seem to live by it, at least when the cameras are on. Oh, this is his wife, Sarah. She don't talk much. She's just kind of there, but I like her. Okay, back to our influencers turned Amish people. We have Esmeralda from Texas, who is completely tired of wearing makeup. She hates it. She doesn't even want to look in the mirror. So the Amish, I mean, they don't believe in mirrors at all. And she's kind of tired of this lifestyle that she's been living because her mom is someone that believes in, you know, looks are everything, wear your makeup, look good all the time, like literally all the time. Never let them see you look hideous.
My mom will not leave the house without makeup on.
And she is ready. She wants to embrace every single thing about being Amish. Everything. She wants the lifestyle.
I want to be Amish because I love that lifestyle. I love the traditional sense of, you know, they're really strict about divorce and, you know, the way that they are very traditional in the marriages.
So she's good to go. She's going to do everything they tell her to do. Next contestant. So our final inspired Amish boy is Aaron from Detroit, Michigan. He's pretty much like the fitness guy. He's always punching bags. He's lifting ropes. He's curling for the girls in, but he's got a little bit of a handicap, which we will talk about later. But his whole thing along with the handicap is that he is already super religious, but he also holds a lot of shame because he had sex once.
I lost my virginity at 32. Unfortunately, it's kind of a forced situation on her behalf.
And, you know, God does not like that. So he's kind of like shunning himself.
And an evangelist. My dad was very good friends with Amish people, and I think that that's what intrigued me in the first place with the culture.
And Aaron was not proud of that, so he is deciding that to just be a better person and live with and only focus on God. The only answer is to become Amish.
I'm really excited coming in. If I'm accepted in the community, I'll feel like I have peace, and I'll feel like I have a place where I belong.
Honestly, throughout the series, the person I was rooting for the most was Aaron. Oh, I'm so sorry. We have one more inspiring Amish person. And she's already a step ahead of everyone because she's been cosplaying as an Amish person just for fun. So that's Billy Joe. And she lives in New York and she just walks the New York streets dressed as an Amish person.
I discovered that I wanted to be Amish probably 20 years ago when I rode on a horse and buggy for the first time.
These realizations are so interesting. Anyway, that's our last character. Anyway, so all the contestants or the future Amish people travel on down to the farm. The black guy gets picked up by James on a horse. And I'm pretty sure that was everyone's first that day. Judah's first time riding in a buggy. James' first time probably seeing a black person. Oh my God, you guys, I keep forgetting characters. There's one more. The hot character. And we know he's the hot character because he's got that sexy hot look on his face as he walks down the cornfield. That's Matt, he's 34, he's from Texas. They didn't really give us much of an intro for Matt, he just showed up walking through the cornfield.
The of Matt is he's cute. Just like,
we're off to a good start here, huh? Pretty much Matt's story is that he is a divorced daddy who is a librarian seeking a spiritual reset.
I've always been interested in the Amish community.
Not him saying that while he's on his phone. Need to throw that away. Anyway, all the contestants meet each other for the first time on the farm and the bishop comes and the first thing he does is say, Kendra, I need to talk to you in the barn.
You can have a seat.
okay. I'm looking at him in the barn. Like death stare I felt it was a little dark.
Do you want to know why Bishop Vernon needed to talk to Kendra like so urgently? Can you take a guess? Any takers? Yeah, her whole ass is out on Amish territory. Pretty much. I mean, all that leg showing, that means your booty cheeks are out to the Amish.
Our wives are very, very jealous about our affection. My wife would be very, very jealous of not just my purity, but her son's purity.
And he basically says, you will never be Amish. And Kendra flips, she runs out of the bar, tears coming out, snot flowing.
I wasn't expecting it to be.
And something that always has me wanting to punch the TV screen throughout this whole series is that every time something happens that falls in line with what the Amish believe in, all of the contestants are start crying and they're like, well, I don't understand why they're doing this to me.
Like, I've had to deal with like slut shaming my whole life.
Okay, I get that. So then why did you show up in a little tennis skirt showing your ankles and your titties and your legs and your arms? And why are you wearing makeup? Why are your nails painted? Why didn't you show up like freaking Amish cosplay lady? Anyway, the way that Kendra was crying and acting like, and how the bishop said you'll never be Amish, I thought they were gonna throw her out.
And like, I don't know, I feel like I don't act like a hoe, like not anymore, you know what I mean? Like,
but I think they knew that while we are trying to repopulate, she was fine. She wiped up her tears and she continued to wear this dress through the rest of the episode.
Like, you know, you would never be like accepted. Like, you couldn't even stay with us because my wife wouldn't want you around. I wouldn't have like my son want you, and I'm just like, I've heard this my whole life.
So they go and meet James and Emma, the two cousins, and James is a little suspicious of the newcomers.
Emma are sitting there looking at these worldly people. Dressed that way? Are they trying to join the Amish? Actually, really?
Are ya? Will you your cousins? Or at least think about it. How Amish are ya? Just kidding. I don't know if is that a normal practice with the Amish? Are the Amish gonna cancel me? They shouldn't, because they shouldn't even be watching this video. You sinners. Go to the barn, go repent, talk to your bishop. So they go inside and already little Miss Esmeralda, who said she's so excited to just get away from all of these worldly possessions and finally find tradition and live on the farm with Amish people, is already complaining.
I don't think I have any regrets being here yet, but I feel like there's no AC, it's hot as and I'm not as excited as I was before.
Yeah, I have absolutely no complaints except for the fact that everything sucks. And I'm not excited at all. Way to stay positive, Emma.
There's no AC.
No AC?
So, yeah.
Wow.
Emma's not the only one complaining. You know, the last person that I thought would complain was Billy Joe, the cosplayer, about the damn bathroom.
I don't know how sanitary this is, honestly.
There's lids on there, so you just pick up the lid.
All right, I gotta go, and this is just bad.
Girl, if you don't sit your Amish butt cheeks down and get it done so you can get back in the kitchen and make, I don't know what Amish people make. What the hell do Amish people eat? What do Amish people eat? Hearty, homemade, and farm-raised food. If you don't sit your Amish booty cheeks down and get back into the kitchen and make some hearty, homemade, farm-raised foods, I'm gonna lose it. So while Billy Joe is complaining about the wooden toilet that she never heard of before, even though she cosplays a Amish woman in New York, the Amish are confused about Judah's clothing.
I think James low-key liked my boots.
Why the hell did you wear these to a farm, much less an Amish farm? These are almost the spitting image of the boots that Sebastian wears when he's about to whoop somebody's booty cheeks, right? Why'd you wear those? So Aaron, the 40-year-old guy that lost his virginity at 30 and is just like carrying shame from it forever, and he is doing pretty good. He's pretty fine until the Amish notice there's what you got there in your ear, buddy?
I'm just concerned that you have a device somewhere you're going to slip in and try to charge with it.
So yeah, Matt's deaf and he's got a device in his ear because he needs to hear people speak to him, but to the Amish, they just see that as technology. And it makes it even worse because Matt's technology is super, super high tech. It goes with something called a cell phone, which the Amish don't believe in. So he's kind of screwed.
You're going to have a hard time finding a community anywhere that'll allow you to continue using your phone.
If he takes my hearing aids away, that messes with my head, so I can't be present and I can't be in the moment if I don't have them.
So he's pissed. Is that all who's having a hard time? Oh wait, nope. Esmeralda's having another hard time. There is no air conditioner, and for some reason she's just finding out that she's not allowed to keep her nails or her eyelashes, even though she said she doesn't want to wear her makeup anymore.
You wanted to join the Amish culture, but yet you don't want to give up your nails and eyelashes.
You're just like yanking everything from us at once, and it's like so hard to like just deal with everything.
What did you guys think it was gonna be like? You were gonna take pictures in their little outfits on the farm holding milk? No, bitch. This is the streets of the Amish. I don't know where they're located. Every single one of these people, except for Judah, who didn't know what Amish even was and just decided to show up in his little combat boot high heels, acted like they knew everything about the Amish, and they're so ready to convert to this thing that they're ready to take seriously. And the person who she's just mocking me. She's mocking me and the Amish, decides to unload her backpack and accidentally pull out a self-pleasure machine.
Everything else in there is pretty good. Well, I've just got my bras and things. Oh.
Now, why'd you bring that? I'm pretty sure self-pleasure is wrong. And if you're cosplaying a whole Amish person, I expect you to know that. So Mish cosplay Amish mama, Bella Joe, what's her name? Billy Joe. Billy Joe is having a hard time with the whole, oh, you can't pleasure yourself with electronics. Billy Joe. She's also having a hard time with the living condition as there is no air conditioner. She's sleeping buck-ass naked on the bed. Are you allowed to do that? Just like there's cameras. There's technology. Are you allowed to be buck-ass naked on the bed while there's a camera? But her reasoning is physical.
The way that my physique is set up, I get hot anyways.
It's 85 degrees in here.
In other words, she is fat, and it is not very fun to be hot and fat at the same time. Let's be real. As a woman who has flaps, as in boobs, as in Tia and Tamara, oh my God, I hate the summer. Anything above 74 degrees murders me and my booty cheeks, Bertha and Mirtha. I cannot stand being hot and sweaty and goopy in my folds. So I can only imagine if you have extra folds around your body, how it feels to be engulfed in a place that's pretty much, I don't know, a 1920s house with no air conditioning, and how your folds would be feeling. I would be sleeping buck-ass naked too.
Yeah. The heat, you get used to it.
I think he's lying. There ain't no way I'd ever get used to sleeping in 85-degree heat. I would just die. God, take me now. I would pray for it. So it's the next day, and as you know, the men do the very manly work, like tending the farm. But unfortunately, Judah has this other phobia.
Y'all know I got a bird phobia, don't play.
Sir, why are you here? He's got quite a bit of phobias. He don't like horses.
This is a whole new experience for me.
He's not going to bite you.
He doesn't like mess or germs.
Judah, he's a germaphobe.
He really enjoys being pampered. I cut it out, but before, during his little intro, he shows him getting his nails done, getting his feet done, getting his facials, and they don't do that here. You feed the horses, you chase the chickens, you get dirty. He also does this thing that is very normal online, but definitely not normal to the Amish community, is that he has to, like, he doesn't want to offend the animals at assuming their gender.
Hello, ma'am or sir, whatever you identify as.
Just give them the hey, sir. That's all they care about. So the boys go shopping at an Amish clothing store because, well, they need to get rid of their English clothes, and Judah is having a hard time with the clothing choices.
So for James's rules for shoes, the soles gotta be plain, the whole shoe gotta be basic, it has to be all black. James wants me to be basic.
That's what the Amish is all about, sir. Being basic. You're not supposed to be showing off. You're supposed to be reading your Bible and going to church for 3 hours. That's coming up. They literally had to go to church for 3 hours. They all didn't make it.
Everybody else, they just could not sit still. Like, I just wish they could have just sat there and just been respectful.
So Judah is obviously the token black person. It's a little funny just watching him just be on this show and the Amish people trying to talk to him or understand him more so, because he uses certain words like bougie. Like, he'll do this whole thankful speech about allowing them, the English people, into their community.
I want you guys to know, like, my little bougie lifestyle. It's hard to come out of, but I really do have, like, a lot of respect and admiration for the culture.
I cut him off. It was a little long, but the Amish were still stuck on the like first 2 seconds where he said bougie.
I'm sorry, but I have no idea what bougie means.
So I'm not too sure if you put anything together by now, or you're questioning, is Judah a little, you know, he's bisexual, and it's something that he has been keeping from the Amish people for a really long time because he doesn't know if they will accept him or not. Spoiler, they don't accept that. There's no exception. It's an absolute no. Just like they don't accept you showing your ankles, you can't be bisexual. But for some reason, probably because he didn't do his research, Judah thinks that if he just is really nice and get the Amish people to accept him and get to know him first, then they'll be like, oh yeah, he's a great person, and we totally want him to be part of the community even though he's not following the rules. So in his head, he won't get shunned at all. So he drops little hints that he's bisexual.
My name is Judah.
Yeah.
And I am bi.
That was kind of more than a hint, Judah. But luckily for him, the Amish, they don't know what bisexual is. I think you have to use the G word, like gay.
I don't even think the Amish people know what bi means. They probably think it means, like, going to the store and buying something.
I am a little nervous about how that could affect Judah here.
a lot. Also, she knew about that, but she didn't know that she couldn't bring a vibrator, which is electronic and self-pleasuring, to an Amish land. So they've got their two senseis, right? They've got the Bishop Vernon's brother, Alan, the trustworthy one, and then we've got the Amish sinner trying to get back into the good side of the bishop, James. And they split the English people up into two different houses. So they brought everyone together for this little soiree, and James and Alan were talking, and Alan said that Matt, you know, the 40-year-old divorced dad who is a librarian or something, is actually divorced. And divorce is not welcomed in the community. Like, that's not an option.
I would have assumed they would have done more research before coming and trying to fit in at least. Matt is divorced. He can't remarry if he joins the Amish church. I don't know why he's here.
Yeah, see, this is a huge issue because the whole purpose of bringing English outsiders inside of this community is to repopulate, and someone who divorced is going to taint the children. They might as well just have the cousins continue to, you know, fornicate. Ugh, I hate that word. But yeah, they'd rather have the cousins doing it than someone that used to be divorced. And Mr. Closed Eyes, James, is very serious about getting back into the community, and he doesn't want anything to ruin his chances of getting right with God. So he goes over and talks to Matt.
I'm not sure if we can have you here.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean?
As in, you need to get the fuck out. Literally, he chases this man off while holding an axe through the cornfield. Talk about terrifying.
I told you to leave. Go.
Okay, it wasn't that terrifying. It was so cheesy.
I told you to leave.
Go. He's so awkward. Anyway, he made Matt cry.
It is what it is. You can't really do anything about it, you know?
So Matt leaves the next day, and guess who is very upset that she didn't get to explore this potential relationship that she couldn't have anyway because Matt's a divorced dad. Yes, Kendra.
Felt like I had such a great connection with someone in such a short amount of time, and then it's just like, okay, what's happening now?
But now that Matt got kicked out just for being divorced, Judah's kind of like, oh shoot, maybe they will kick me out because I'm bisexual.
When Matt left the property, I'm like, oh, these Amish people don't play around here.
So while Kendra is struggling that the love of her life that she's known for about a day is gone, Aaron, the guy that has hearing problems, is really upset that they took his hearing aids, but he's going to.
I have to embrace the struggle.
Yes, embrace the struggle he did, and he did this by being extreme. He's mowing the lawns while sprinting. He's doing pull-ups on the side of the barn. He's lunging with a tree trunk.
And I think I'm strong enough to do this.
I think he is too. Honestly, he's really the only one that I'm rooting for. I wish I could root more for Judah, but he's being a whole idiot. And I wish I could root more for the women, but they're also being an idiot. Plus, they got bats.
We have bats.
And bats is a negative sign for the Amish.
I'm kind of thinking that God might be trying to teach us something.
Yeah, you know, like you let in the devil or the devil's children.
There are times when God actually lets bad things in schlechter prophecy.
If you were not looking at the screen and only listening, that was their Amish language. But if you look at the screen, the translation is bad prophecy. So it ain't looking good for the Amish people. They don't like bad prophecies. If I was them, I would throw out every single English person, not just Matt. Matt might have been the good one, actually. The bats didn't come until James chased off Matt with an axe. Psycho. Throw out James and see if the bats go away. So the Amish are worried about the bats being there and God's prophecy. Judah has other worries.
I never had bats. We had rats growing up in the projects, but bats, that's a whole different story. Bats carry diseases.
So once they get over the bat thing, they never really cleared that up about if they got rid of them, if the omen was true. I'm not too sure. But we move on to Kendra, and she is in shambles.
You gonna be okay? No.
Hey. Are you allowed to touch women's shoulders? I'm not too sure. But Kendra is really upset because she hasn't talked to her mom on the phone in now 2 days. And she's struggling with this whole no cell phones, no electronic type thing that she knew about before she got here. But she's talking to the Amish rebellion. Okay, this guy's got the hookup. And Kendra's like, I don't want to do this anymore. She's running through the cornfield away from James.
I don't want to do this anymore.
And James is chasing her down. He's like, oh no, wait, Kendra, hold on. I hate seeing people hurt.
I see people struggling. It pains me too.
And this motherfucker, you know, the same guy that chased off Matt for not doing what he's supposed to be doing as a potential Amish man, pulls out his secret cell phone from his secret stash of oopsie whoopsies, nosy woesies, anti-Amish things, because he doesn't want Kendra to leave.
It's kind of a dangerous thing. I don't really want them to know I have a phone.
And then this half-eyed open fool takes that shoulder touch a step further and hugs her.
Thank you so much.
Are you allowed to do that? His hand is right on her bare upper back.
Things are never black and white. Sometimes there's gray areas.
No, there's not, James. You're gonna get shunned permanently.
So if anybody would have seen me give Kendra my phone or hug her, there would have been plenty of rumors in the Amish community.
James, I don't know how, I don't know when, but I'm going to clip this and send this to your Amish brothers and sisters, okay? Just so you know. So the Amish girlies go fabric shopping because they still have their more English gear. Yes, even the bigger one, Billy Joe. And Billy Joe's really excited because she needs a certain fabric for her figure and, you know, the issue that she has, the whole, she's got extra flaps, so she's extra hot. And Emma, the cousin, is like, oh yeah, hold on, let me ask.
She's a big woman, right?
Yeah.
And it is hot. We are not used to not having air conditioning and all that.
Yeah, ma'am, excuse me. This lady's fat. Where's the fabric for the fat ladies who get really hot and aren't used to air conditioner? That's not what she said, but that's what I heard.
And her witty self may have been trying to like body shame me, but sorry, girl, it didn't work. I'm not giving that energy.
So the girls get their clothes made by the other Amish ladies and show them how they sew, because they sew every single clothing that they own. You can't just go buy something. You gotta make it. And they get their makeovers, and every time a girl comes out, they do this slow motion thing with like the little bonnet on their head. And they're smiling and they're super excited, but then they get to Esmeralda from Texas. You know, the one that says that she wants to get rid of all of the outside stuff, like the makeup, the lashes, the nails, and everything, but since she had a really hard time of getting rid of the makeup and eyelashes and nails, yeah, that one. She still has her lashes and nails on. And like Bishop Vernon said, the women in the community are very jealous, and they do not like outside things like eyelashes and nails. And well, now she's in the home of the women. Like, they don't even want to touch her.
So Ellen doesn't want to help put your clothing on as long as you still have the lashes and the nails.
So all the real Amish girls just leave, and Esmeralda's there still with her lashes and nails being like, why are people judging me here?
It's like a lot of like judgment and stuff like that. I was definitely trying to escape, you know, the pressure of social media and like everyone kind of judging you based on your looks, and I came here and it's kind of like I'm doing that all over again.
And by the end of the episode, the whole Amish community is telling Esmeralda, you cannot be part of the community if you have that on your face and that on your nails. You need to take it off. And she starts losing it. Girl can't even breathe.
So much chaos going on. Esmeralda's hyperventilating. And there's so much turmoil in the group. I don't know if we'll ever be able just to blend and be together.
If only there was a way to know if the Amish would blend certain things. Well, I guess not now. Google doesn't exist since you guys don't have your phone. So after Esmeralda's little hyperventilation episode over her lashes and nails that she knew wasn't allowed on the property, Kendra goes over to talk to her to make her feel better after she got her makeover done. And she's like, hey, look at me.
Can I share something I was thinking last night?
Yeah.
So we have like no mirrors in the house.
Yeah.
So in LA or wherever we live, sometimes I wonder if we're so self-conscious with our looks because we constantly are looking in a mirror.
But the talk actually worked, and she ended up taking off her nails. And she finally got accepted by the Amish women, especially the one that kind of wants to date her cousin, Emma.
So I give Esmeralda credit for what she did.
And so Esmeralda is finally able and allowed to wear the traditional Amish clothes. She looks the same to me. Like, I think she looks really good. Like, I will say, as for an Amish girl with the buns on top of the head. Like, I feel like she would have the other Amish men turning away from their chickens for a little bit. So we also learn about how Amish people date. And pretty much, if you see someone that you kind of like, the girls like go home and they kind of just wait for you as a man, and you show up at their house and you're supposed to take a walk. Like a little walk with them. And we find out as the girls are churning butter.
I am so excited to learn how to do this. Really excited to finally be churning some butter today.
And doing a lot of hand motions that Emma doesn't really understand.
We got the motion, we got the noise. It's like, we're on like the devil's side. Sweet little Emma's just like, here's my butter.
So we find out that BJ, Billy Joe, the one that is a cosplaying Amish girl, she wants to date, and she told Aaron that, and Aaron is actually painting a house for a local single man, and he asks him,
So Jacob, you married, you have kids?
Nah, never married.
Yeah.
No kids.
and Aaron's like, oh, not married, never had kids, you say? You look like a pretty mentally stable young strap. I got a friend for you down yonder.
BJ was just saying that she's looking for an Amish guy.
I would consider setting up a date for them.
Okay.
I'm sure that random okay didn't make sense or was just really awkward, but I wanted to leave it in there because they did set up BJ and Jacob, a guy with the bull haircut, on a date. And that's pretty much all he said the whole time was okay.
Have you ever thought about wanting to be English?
Yes. There's times, where, I'm not totally sure, one way or the other, but
That was actually pretty good conversation compared to the rest of the date, where his answers were mostly O and K.
Blue is my favorite color.
okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Jacob, I kind of have to pry things out of. If I could get him to say something other than, okay, okay. I like your haircut.
Okay.
Do you like his haircut, or are you just cosplaying the Amish girl? Because just something tells me you're making fun of him. Anyway, between her making all of the conversation and Jacob saying okay, we actually find out that Jacob's kind of like the coolest Amish man we've ever not met.
You don't have any tattoos.
Yeah.
No, you don't.
You should have known with that face that he had a tattoo, like on his ass. It wasn't on his booty cheeks, it was like on his back. And he ended up showing her. Not only did he show her the tattoo on his backside, not the butt cheeks, but he decided to show her something else.
I actually have my nipples pierced too.
This guy cannot be real. He can't be real. Like, he's so weird that he can be totally Amish and has never been on the outside world, but he also has nipple piercings and a back tattoo, which means he's been in the outside world. I just feel like he's an actor planted on the show to look like that with a bowl haircut and talk kind of like an Adam Sandler character. And she does not believe him, and he kind of sits there like Cartman and breathes heavy while he shifts his eyes from side to side. And when she says she doesn't believe him, instead of saying okay like he normally does, he goes,
So you can touch it.
Are you sure?
he can't be real. What Amish man would have a nipple piercings and still be pierced under there and then let another Amish woman rub up on his nipples? Which she did. So the last episode that I watched, guess who comes back? Well, the only person that left. Matt, the guy that James chased off in the cornfield while holding an axe. And Emma is so ecstatic, she falls.
Are you kidding me right now?
She like really hurt herself. She like hurt her arm for serious. She's in a sling and everything. You'll see it later on. But little Miss Emma stays on the ground, on her knees. She's already ready. Embraces Matt's knees.
Jesus. Oh! Matt, why are you back?
James is pissed. But other people are pissed at James. Not just other people, like the English people, the people of the Amish community. They're upset that James made a decision about making someone leave when he didn't even discuss it with anybody else. He has no power to do that. And Alan, the really nice guy that adopted 4 children, he thinks that he had ulterior motives to get Matt out of the house.
A little interested in Kendra, and if Kendra would conform and stay, that she could possibly be a future partner for him.
And this whole discussion of James being interested in Kendra really pisses off an Amish woman. You know which one? The cousin, Emma.
I have to be honest with you, you and Kendra would not be a good match.
Okay.
You would get into a cat and dog fight and it would be over with like within 2 days. Less than 2 days.
Now tell me why a cousin would be jealous that her cousin was interested in some woman. That's not the cousin. Anyway, Matt's back and it's been a little bit, so they meet with the bishop in the barn. He's really happy that Kendra is not showing her titties, ankles, or legs.
Kendra, she has bought into how serious modesty is. Sure.
The bishop meets with all of the English people and he's pretty happy with the steps they're taking to get into the faith of the Amish. But the funniest meeting was James and Emma, because even the bishop seems creeped out by their relationship.
So you're cousins?
Third cousins.
Why do you guys always have to clarify that?
Do we look alike? Do we
Actually,
look
kind
alike?
of, yeah.
A little bit?
Yeah.
Except James has blue eyes, green eyes, gray eyes. No, they're orangish.
Okay, it's just reflecting you.
Not him being even grossed out by it. Like, he's even disgusted. Why did you appoint this man to be the leader of the English people? If you F your cousin, I feel like he'd totally have an orgy with like the English outsiders. The man brought a cell phone into the village. Anyway, so Emma goes into this large, long spiel about how helpful James has been in her life and how much he's helped her.
Oh, it is close over the years. He's helped me a lot. He's been very impactful in my life.
They pretty much spend all their time together. In fact, they're best friends. And then she turns and asks,
"Did you date me, James?"
I don't know.
No, that's not the correct answer. Anyway, the bishop is creeped out by the relationship, but there's people that are in the house that are creeped out by the relationship because they're always just flirting. James comes up behind her while she's washing dishes all the time and like hugs her. Emma tries to feed him food.
I don't trust you. How you doing? No, I'm not gonna do anything. Here. Thank you.
Did you see how quick Aaron left? He can't even hear anything without his hearing aids, but he did not want to see whatever that was because he knows that is ungodly.
You have to understand, we're also very young. Like, I respect James a lot. He kind of taught me a lot of what I know.
Like, SEX? It's gotta be SEX. That smile was weird. There's no way that if my cousin said Michelle taught me a lot, I would do that smile. And I would clarify, like your ABC, sir. Because there ain't nothing like that happening with my cousins. How about you guys? Is that how you act with your cousins? Do you also go into your cousin's room in the middle of the night with a towel around you and walk on in? Because that's what happened at the end of the episode. And that was suddenly Amish. So congrats, Amish people. That's how you're being portrayed on reality television. But like I said, you would never know that because you shouldn't be watching it because that's ungodly. Oh shoot, I never got to the part where they went to church or the party or the love rectangle. Well, this video is already long enough, but I'll tell you this. If the video does well and if you guys seem to enjoy it, we can cover the next episodes because the season ain't over yet. There's so much more cousin love that I could share with you. Actually, editing Michelle here, the season did end. I was just very slow at getting this video out, but I finished the whole season and I can clear it up for you very quickly. Because let me tell you, those 3 episodes dragged on a lot. Cousin Emma and Cousin James continued flirting. James continued lusting for Kendra. Kendra kept twerking.
You can put whatever clothes on me, I'm still gonna be.
Kendra, do the Amish twerk?
And Matt and Kendra went to a motel late at night. James chased them down at the hotel.
There's probably only one thing happening in there.
But they didn't open the door and also claimed they didn't do anything naughty. I'm guessing they just read their Bibles together.
This is like where the judgment comes in, because like we could have been in the room reading a Bible.
The whole house was mad at both of them.
You don't feel like you owe all of us an apology for how you both acted?
Trifling ass bitch.
Kendra was very upset and cried again and left the show because she couldn't handle all of the judgment.
You know, I genuinely appreciate all you guys.
It kind of sucks to see Kendra leave.
Emma shortly after also left the show because she was mad at James for liking Kendra.
I feel like I did my best in setting a good example, but I need a better leader.
And after that, it was all very boring. You could tell the producers were trying to make it interesting, but they just couldn't do that. In the end, they had the day of reckoning to see if the influencers would give up their life of worldly things and live a simple and godly life. The bishop wanted them all to join, but Aaron decided to leave as he couldn't hear and needed his devices. Esmeralda ran back to her eyelashes and nails. but Judah and Billy Joe stayed, and the Amish people would even accept the fact that Judah was bisexual. Anyway, I looked up everyone on TikTok, and they all have TikToks, including Judah and Billy Joe, and Judah goes live a lot as an Amish guy.
Have you ever been English turned to Amish? Have you ever fought demons, goons, and goblins? Have you ever been chased with an axe by James? Have they ever called you Jonah, confusing your name?
Matt and Kendra's love story was very short. They are not together. But what's also very funny is Emma also has not one, but 2 TikToks. She's got her Amish profile where she does her Amish things.
Straight down the side. Straight down the side so you'll never get married.
But she also has her country diva girl TikTok where she is not wearing Amish clothes at all.
Quote for today: ambition without action becomes anxiety.
What? Oh. Okay.
And James, well, everyone's talking about James, and I guess when you talk about him on TikTok, he comments quite a bit, or will message you, and that has my butt cheeks clenched, and not in a good way. That man freaks me out.
James, looks like you like to travel.
But James is also heavily on TikTok, by the way, so it looks like this man ain't never gonna stop being shunned by the Amish people because he just keeps giving into temptation. But all of the cast being on TikTok has many people saying this show has to be scripted, and to that I say, well, that's Hollywood, or, well, reality TV. Ugh. Well, if you would like to clean your palate from all of this, I just watched the 3-part series of Tyra Banks' new documentary where she gives you the ins and outs and her point of view of the America's Next Top Model show that was super popular like back in my time, but in 2026 people are saying, girl, what was wrong with you? And it was supposed to make Tyra look good, but it made a lot of people, including me who was still a Tyra fan, say, what? This did not make you look good. So I will link that right here and down below in the comment section. And I will see all of you guys in the video that I linked in the comment section. See ya!
I'm a gym girly, love lifting heavy, doing all the curling. I live for the pump, my biceps looking plump. I'm a gym girl. Where's the muscle mommies?